Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update with your host, Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at Kraken Cryptocurrency. We've got a great show for you guys today. We've got some very nice volatility coming out of the cryptocurrency markets today. Just moments ago, well, probably about like an hour ago now, the S&P 500 just started skyrocketing, and it initially took most of the major cryptocurrencies with them. However, over the last 15 minutes or so in the crypto land, things have cooled out a little bit, but there's still lots of excitement, lots of activity, lots of things to discuss in today's Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. Let's go. All right, so much to talk about today. Thank you guys for joining me today, and hopefully you're doing fantastic, however you happen to do. Today is May 18th, 2023, foul year of our Lord. Overall, we're going to start off with the generalized chart of Bitcoin, and we'll get things cleaned up here a little bit so that they're just a little bit easier to follow, and we'll just start introducing layers of complexity. What have we seen so far? Bitcoin is still stuck in a range between $26,000 and $30,000. We really haven't seen any significant movements. What is slightly concerning, though, is the strength and consistency of this downtrend that we've seen for a while. This is exactly what I was talking about in the private group for the last mentoring session that we had on Wednesday, and also kind of revealing going back as early as Monday, where I was talking about the market realized gradient indicator that is available from Glassnode. I believe, I've got the MVRV over here, and we can also take a look, of course, at the 14-day market realized gradient. I recently gave a tutorial on this for all the premium members in the group so that they could understand how to master this very powerful on-chain technical indicator. And it's just really fantastic. And what the market realized gradient is suggesting, since our delta gradient is below zero, it is confirming a slight downtrend, and it is predicting that that downtrend will have a periodicity of 1 to 2 weeks. However, things are not all bad, because if we turn to the 140-day market realized gradient, so if we look at our 5-month projection for Bitcoin's price, we see not only is our realized gradient above zero, which is confirming an uptrend if we needed any confirmation, just looking at the market, looking at the charts, but on top of that, we're also experiencing higher highs in the gradient in addition to higher highs in price. This is confirming the underlying strength of momentum increase, that the rate of change of new momentum and capital inflow is increasing with each successive new wave of price appreciation, or verticality, as Glassnode refers to it, the state of being vertical. Go Google that if you want, verticality. Anyways, so this is all positive. So we have a projected 5-month continuance of the uptrend. We have all of our on-chain indicators pointing at that. And then we just have some short-term price volatility in the form of profit taking. And that can be explained with our technical analysis. What did price do? If we zoom out the chart, ladies and gentlemen, we can see that $30,000 was the previous high before the descent into the bowels of the depths of the bear market, all right? And prior, of course, to the final capitulation event of the FTX collapse. So 30K is a strong psychological level, not only because it's a round number. Often we will see prices struggle, find resistance, or find support at strong psychological levels. Round numbers tend to be these such strong psychological levels. So 30,000, a very likely and obvious strong psychological resistance level. We did have short-term holders who, keep no doubt in your mind, short-term holders are absolutely the drivers of current price action. We can see from all major on-chain indicators, whether we want to look at liveliness, we can just go pull up my Glassnode dashboard here real quick, and we'll go to bull market majesty. And we can see from a variety of metrics, but we'll just look at liveliness, which is kind of my favorite at a glance way to see, are we experiencing a growth in the activity of old coins, or are we experiencing hodling behavior? Liveliness is a metric that tracks the activity of coins, or more specifically, how many coin days are being destroyed. The longer a Bitcoin sits in a wallet, its coin days increases. Okay. So when we start seeing coins that have been sitting in wallets for a very long period in time start moving around, well, we're going to be destroying coin days. And we can use that to determine what is the rate of long-term holder activity? Because if we start seeing a lot of long-term holder activity, if we start seeing dormant coins begin to move, then we are kind of expecting that there might be the end of the door in sight. We're not seeing any of that. Liveliness has been downtrending throughout this entire bear market and continues, even though we are now in the early stages of a fresh bull market cycle. And so we're just continuing to go flat. So there is no increased activity of coin days destroyed. Long-term holders are content to sit here and continue to accumulate. Also, we can also see if we look into, excuse me, let me get to charts, market indicators, and we want to look at MVRV ratio. This is fine. MVRV ratio is nowhere near any sort of historical extreme. Actually, let me go into the workbench and see. Here we go. Market indicators and MVRV extreme values. This one's very helpful. All of these are available with a level 2 or advanced Glassnode subscription. This is something I was talking about in yesterday's mentoring session as well. If we look at the MVRV ratio, with this particular dashboard the Glassnode is presented to us, we can actually see that every time Bitcoin's price trades down below, and I'll kind of zoom in so you guys can hopefully see this a little bit better. Every time, what this orange line is Bitcoin's realized price. All right, Bitcoin's realized price is, instead of taking the current price, okay, we are looking at what is the price, what is the aggregate price that each coin last moved on chain. All right, instead of valuing every coin at the current market value, we want to value each coin at the price at which it last moved, right? So we're assuming that that is the price at which it was accumulated, all right? And we can see that without failure, every single time for the last 10 years, Bitcoin's price trades below the realized price. It has been what the youngins like to refer to as a generational buying opportunity for this new digital asset. And we've gone on to have a very powerful bull market following that. It has never failed. Also, what has never failed is the fact that when we descend, when that does occur, when Bitcoin's price trades below its realized price, and we start seeing an extreme in MVRV, a negative extreme in MVRV, which means our market value is significantly lower than our realized value, and letting us know that a significant amount of that the overwhelming amount of Bitcoin hodlers are actually in loss and not in profit. When we reach the extreme of that, when we're below 0.9 on the MVRV, which is the light blue, as you guys can see, or here's an area right there. When we hit a price low on a blue, okay, and rebound and start moving up, we never go lower than that, ever. We never go lower than that low, okay? Bitcoin's market is not that generous. It does not give you a second opportunity to buy the bottom, and this time is going to be no different. Why do I say that? Because I have so many people on the timeline, in the Discord, people who are worried that we're going to trade lower than 15,000, which is the current low that we set in on the cycle. And I'm here to tell you, it's not going to happen. Okay, we have put in a cycle low. All right, we hit a blue on a significant catalyst event. We hit an extreme low in MVRV activity. We saw an extreme flush out of all short-term holders and a complete cycling over of crypto assets. It's just not going to happen. We've now recovered above the realized price. We do have, of course, we can see over here that we did trade below realized price and then rallied. Okay, this is the end of the 2018 into 2019 bear market, the end of the 2018-2019 bear market and rallying into 2019. Notice that we have that powerful rally, and then we do have a downtrend where we do dip briefly below on the March Madness when the BitMEX liquidation engine went haywire and tried to nuke the market. That was the low there. So there is the possibility that we do trade back down below the realized price at some point in time. But the idea of going below 15,000 is completely out of the picture for me at this point in time. And this is just really important for long-term value investors. Just simply understanding when to have that exposure to Bitcoin and where your bias is. Where your bias is very, very helpful. Okay, so we've got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about current price action. I want to talk about what coins are hot and what opportunities are kind of availing to us. First, obviously, a quick shout out to everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching the content. As always, if you enjoy what you see and you want to see more of it, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss an episode. Smash the like button. Like it owes you money. Really does help to get the message out there. And of course, sharing us on all the socials. Links down in the description to everything you could possibly need in life. Shout outs to Yes2Crypto, Good to see you, my friend. B-Flow, have I been playing on Pulse Chain at all, or Pulse X, should I say? So of course, disclosure, I invested about $7,000 into the Pulse Chain sacrifice last year, and I haven't even checked to see if I have my tokens, if they're in my wallet. I'm typically very laissez-faire with that. My plan for Pulse Chain is hoping that it can accomplish a very similar gain to what Hex did. So looking for that, 5x, 10x maneuver over the course of the next bull market. So being very patient with Pulse Chain. I have not actually utilized the chain at all. I have not used the bridge. I am aware that there is currently an issue with the bridge, with the Ethereum to Pulse Chain bridge. Of course, it did run successfully on testnet for 2 years, but now apparently it's having some significant trouble. And according to Richard Hart, there's more money coming in than going out, or vice versa. Anyways, I'll let the dust settle. I'll let it all clear out. And at the end of the day, we'll either have a profitable investment or an unprofitable investment. Good to see you, Caprica, my friend. Okay. So what do we got going on? We can just kind of zoom in and, like I said, keep things relatively simple. So previously, let me make sure this is the right chart. This is the wrong chart. Oh no. This is the right chart. Okay. Get rid of bottom feeder and we'll get rid of our EMAs. And so all we're looking at right now is simply the price of Bitcoin and our daily baseline. This is our trend at a glance indicator. Of course, we are above the baseline, so we are assuming an uptrend in general, and we are biased to long-sided trades, looking for in all of our trade setups. That doesn't mean we won't take shorts. For my primary trading strategy, it does, but discretionarily, it just means that we want to be biased and favor the long side of the trading equation. Current opportunities are always, of course, going to be anytime price comes in close vicinity to the daily baseline, which is currently sitting down at $24,000. So dips down to 24, and as you can see, it's not like the baseline is this impenetrable zone. Look at the previous dip. That was a buying opportunity. We actually dipped and closed below the baseline for a candle, forming a hammer candle, which is a reversal candle, and then pushed up quite mightily. So I'm fine with price going slightly below, and I have a 3-day rule. So if price goes down below this baseline, and if it doesn't just keep screaming, careening to the downside, which case I look for momentum in that case, then we have 3 days where we can actually still look for that reversal within the trend. We're going long, but we're buying on down candles, which is fine. We want to get a cheaper price and take price back up to the upside. But if price is below the daily baseline for 3 consecutive days, then we'll be looking at potentially lower prices. Again, like I said, Bitcoin's price can, of course, trade back down below that realized price level. We can, of course, come down here, multiple areas that price might want to move toward for liquidity. Of course, where we clearly saw liquidity come in around 20,000, psychological level as well. The previous highs that we formed at 17 or 18,000, also very logical. But I want to make this very, very clear that this low that we put in at 15.5, this is Gucci. This is going nowhere. This is an impenetrable line in the sand that historically we have never broken down below before. B-Flow says the bridge is working. Yes, I do understand that the bridge is working, but according to Richard Hart, there is congestion with the validators. So I'm just going to let all that kind of chill for a little bit. Now, obviously, we've seen the price of Hex immediately respond to that, dropping 50%. And, again, this is, cryptocurrency is very narrative driven. So nothing very surprising there with that. And that's fine. We've seen things drop 50% and then pump 10,000%. So it's all good. Leo AFK asks, can this bull market be delayed if the interest rate is shticks for a while? I don't think this bull market can be delayed. I think that we see a very clear pattern of hodler and investor activity that is centered around the 4-year halving cycle. And we are now inside that cycle again. We're never out of the cycle, but we're now in the kind of we're in the good part of the cycle, right? Like, I've been doing this since 2016, and everybody thinks my life of trading is so exciting, but most times in the market, it's this, right? It's, overall, like it's this type of price action. And then just out of nowhere, so same with the cycle, right? We downtrend for 18 months to 2 years, and then we uptrend for 2 years, and all is well and good in the world. So you know, of course, there's always going to be irregularities based on, of course, we have now the kind of increased scrutiny of crypto regulation from the SEC and CFTC in the United States. And of course, the United States represents the largest pile of money to be invested into the cryptocurrency market. So anything negative in that sector is, of course, going to delay or decrease the amount of money that's being invested into the cryptocurrency markets, which might, you know, let's say blunt the strength of the bull market a bit. But I think we're going to be seeing the market capitalization of Bitcoin increase as individuals flock toward it, especially as it continues to appreciate overall over the next 18 months to 2 years. Cryptonomics says Bitcoin's going down. Then again, I've been saying that since mid-April. Somehow it keeps hanging around. So no, it's absolutely fine. I don't want to completely discount. I want to discount the long-term bear philosophy here, but certainly in the short term, again, we could see price come down to 20,000. We could see it come down to 18,000. We could see it come down to 17,000. All of those things are completely possible. And of course, we do have, and this is I pointed this out a while ago. We do of course have the. Here we go. No, we don't need that. Dink. We do have this head and shoulders pattern, which formed, I mean, just almost textbook picture perfect. We've now actually broken down below the neckline, which is the trigger for the trade. And now we've back tested and rejected from that neckline. I mean, you don't have a crystal clear setup like this very often. So again, head and shoulders pattern and a measured movement actually takes us down to 23.2K. And that, again, that's right in line with dipping briefly below the baseline. So again, there is nothing unprincipled, and actually it might be the most profitable trade setup here to look for that this failure, to look for this short right here, and then reevaluate to see if we're going to continue to fall or if we're now in a dip buying opportunity down at 23.2. Again, long term, for the long term investors out there, for the hodlers out there, again, DYOR, everybody, you guys are in charge of your own financial decisions. I'm just here to tell you what I see in the charts and what's worked for me for the last 5 years. Or actually now, let's see, 7 years, actually. Wow, Jesus, 7 years. But in the long run, I think that the dips are good. Okay. Yeah, so I want to, as you guys can see, I've got a lot going on here, down here, a lot of stuff there. I have been told that if there is constantly shifting things on the screen, it increases audience retention. So you guys let me know what you think about that. But let's take a look at today's been a rough day of trading for me, guys, and I want to I just share this with you because people tend to think that because I'm a professional trader, or because I post big gains, or because I've helped thousands of people, like develop their own trading strategies. I have courses, indicators, all this. You always see my face that, every day is just turning up roses for me. And that's not always the case. Like sometimes I just have a rough day of trading. I've taken 2 trades today. Both trades have been losers. And I'm in a third trade right now that is probably also going to be a loser. We'll see here. And sometimes it just bees that way. Okay. I've been trading ordinal. Now it's been a good trading week for me. But today, not so much. So ordinals is something that I've been trading on KuCoin futures, even though I, of course, am using the Gate.io chart right here. So if you guys, it's not on the main screen, but you'll see the little chart there that's over here, kind of in the middle there. We'll get Bookmap back up, but yeah, ordinals just trading in this very clean descending channel pattern right here. This is, of course, the hourly, and ordinals, obviously had an incredible launch, massive sell-off, and now it's in a bottom movement up, but macro downtrend and micro downtrend inside the macro downtrend. So yeah, just a couple of opportunities, and I think the big reason for the losses on these is I was just looking for setups that usually work very well on BTC. But trading altcoins, day trading altcoins is very different from Bitcoin. Bitcoin just moves, to me, in my opinion, mostly what I trade is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is far, maybe it's because I'm very familiar with the asset, but setups on Bitcoin are very easy for me to spot. I have a lot of success trading Bitcoin. Altcoins, not so much, not with the regular trading setup, to the point where I typically focus just on Bitcoin. So why am I trading ordinals? Well, as always, I'm always trying to challenge myself and grow my ability. So currently working on finding that profitable intraday strategy for altcoins, because of course it's just the volatility. And what I noticed the most interesting thing about ordinals actually over the last few days is that it seems to move in opposition to Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin would make a move intraday, and ordinals would do something completely, it would do the exact opposite, right? Bitcoin would move up, ordinals would move down, ordinals move down, Bitcoin would move up. And I just found that very interesting because, of course, there's a lot of hype around ordinals, not just the token, but of course, BRC20s in general. Which ordinals is, of course, the number one. And it's to the point where even, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, but not all cryptocurrencies are Bitcoin. Ordinals is a BRC20, and not all BRC20s are ordinals, but all BRC20s are now considered ordinals. You know what I mean? Like it's, the ordinal protocol and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But anyways, this is the new current NFT market capitalization right here. So anyways, let's switch over to the big scene, and we will start breaking down the current market in a little bit more detail. The first thing we can, of course, look at is the weekly chart of BTC as well. As we can see, we just had very clear delineation here. We reached oversold on the RSI right here in June of 2022. This was, of course, not the bottom, but it was the first time we reached oversold on the RSI, and we were, of course, close to the bottom. We then did experience, of course, some regular bullish divergence, and it was at this point, shout outs to Alex 81SG in the group, that we first got long on BTC. When we saw a regular bullish divergence, not from RSI, but from Minx, which is our primary momentum oscillator. It's included with all our subscriptions, and which you will see me use on almost all my charts. Minx right here. You also see it in my day trading setup because it forms IsaSpot. You'll see that over here. Now, if you look at the smaller chart, you'll see this is IsaSpot right here that I use, and that helps me spot. It's my favorite momentum oscillator. It's just the best. And look at, this is a great time to point out, look at this. This is the chart of SPY. So SPY just absolutely exploded on massive volume and started taking all the other crypto assets with it. But yeah. Okay, cool. I am still in my trade. Has not hit the stop loss. And that's RNDR. I'm actually in an RNDR trade right now. Okay, back to what we were discussing here, to the big chart, and we're now going to turn the music on. So let me know if the music is too loud, too soft, and I will adjust it. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, sorry. Regular bullish divergence. This is when we first got long on BTC. And what have we just experienced now? We've had a very nice, beautiful uptrend basically since the end of 2022. Very nice, consistent growth with three weekly candles being responsible for the majority of the gains. So again, I'll tell you this, as someone who trades for a living, in my entire life, the majority of profits that I've achieved has been holding Bitcoin and other crypto assets during the right period of time. Okay. Again, like there's nothing wrong with trading. This is a great way for those who are willing to work hard and are committed to working for themselves and being self-employed, to be able to work from anywhere. It's a great lifestyle. Not all are going to achieve it, but even with all that, I've made more money just holding Bitcoin, holding other crypto tokens at the right time. Because again, even as good of a trader as you can be, the majority of the gains came from just 3 weeks. So if you tried to sit out and enter on momentum, well, you already missed. Like this candle right here was the first bout of momentum that we got. You already missed out on 33.3% of almost all the gains. Okay. Waited another week, you've missed 66.6%. All right. So trade, yes. Create a trading portfolio, develop risk management, develop a strategy, start replacing your 9 to 5 with something that can produce consistent income on the daily basis. But I'm telling you guys, if you want to be wealthy, then buying and holding tokens is the easiest strategy to get there. Okay. Holding it at the right period of time, selling at the right time, and focusing on that bigger picture is a much quicker route to wealth than loading up leverage on Binance or Bybit or KuCoin or whatever have you, and losing all your money. Most people who leverage trade lose money. So again, it can be done, right? The road is long. But again, I have trained people that have got up and built profitable strategies in a month. I've also worked with students who have been with me for multiple years and they still haven't figured it out. And everyone's just going to be different. It just all depends on how much effort you're willing to put into it and how much you're willing to just really critically pay attention to what you're doing and take good notes and have good healthy habits and all the things that you need. Anyways, so regular bullish divergence. But what had just happened right now? What's another? I mean, I could tell you all these complicated reasons why price is moving down. Like, let's go look at all the on-chain stuff. Realized price, new address momentum, market realized gradient, MVRV ratio. What are the whales doing? Address cohorts. All of these things that I know and do watch. But maybe is it just as simple as RSI went from oversold to overbought? And usually when we hit overbought, we go down. You know what I'm saying? Is it just that simple? Does it have to be more complicated? Right? All you need is the chart, bro. Right? So, again, you could argue that did we not hit overbought, but I mean, we're right there. And prices move down as a result of that. So again, clearly defined resistance at 30K. We can actually flip over to this chart, excuse me. So clearly defined resistance at 30K and clearly defined support, which we've actually now broken, excuse me, at 26K, which again, we're, broken, we're still there. But if we kind of go back to that head and shoulders pattern, it does, begin to look very much like a rejection of the neckline there. So there's the trend line. So we break down below the neckline, back test, and now we're rejecting on today's daily candle. So that's pretty negative to me. Okay. Anyways, any momentum above 30K is likely going to carry us to $34,000 to $37,000. That's our ATR current projection target from where we're at right now, 33. But of course, that will change as we get back up there. Cryptonomics asks, am I using KuCoin for leverage now? So I am currently experimenting with 2 different exchanges. I'm experimenting with KuCoin, okay? But I'm also experimenting with a new exchange that actually has their United States MSB, money services business. That's the wrong anagram, but you understand. Money, yeah, MSB. They are based in Singapore, just like Bybit. They allow United States, they allow American traders, to KYC. They offer up to 125x leverage. As former Binance employees, former Morgan Stanley employees who created it. They've got some good VC backing. They've got a sleek platform. I've been trading around on there for the last couple of weeks. I just haven't made my big commitment on what centralized exchange I'm going to use. Because that's a big commitment, right? So currently looking at KuCoin, and I'm also looking at Fairplay. All right, those are the 2 that seem to offer the majority of what I like. Yeah, so Bitcoin support at 26K. I think, honestly, the most principled thing I think here, right? And I don't like telling people to short support. Because on the other hand, we obviously have the long term support. But again, just looking at that head and shoulders and looking at how we back tested and rejected from it. If we combine that with the fact that that we had short-term holders, significantly in profit. If we also look at the market realized gradient, suggesting that price is going to continue to the downside. We understand that we're not in an extreme profit-taking zone, but that we are going to experience a bit of continued downside. All right. So a short here is not unprincipled. And then if price doesn't move in your favor quickly, and we actually start to move up, then you can just drop the position and enter into the long trade and actually look to be relatively long, or long relatively close to the bottom, relatively close to support, because typically you want a long support, but you also want to be aware when we grind support like this, we usually don't bounce off, right? When we grind support, we typically crash back down. And there's a ton of examples of this, right? Here's a good example, right? So like bottoming and then just grinding support, losing it, right? So, grinding is not, or consolidation after a movement is typical to continue in that direction. All right. So for example, right, you can see here Bitcoin's price is pumping and now we're consolidating at resistance. And after a brief move down, we push up to new highs. Okay. Bitcoin pushes up, we consolidate at resistance and push up. Right. Typically, if we drop and consolidate, we continue to drop. All right. Malmo says that Bybit has a decentralized exchange, Apex. Not many coins at the moment, does have the majors. Yep. To be fair though, if I'm going to be using a decentralized exchange, I'm going to be using GMX. I do trade quite a bit on GMX. I probably got like, a decent amount of funds on GMX actually. All right, what do we got going on here? Okay, RNDR starting to actually move in my favor now, which is a good thing. And that's really about all we've got for BTC right now. What's happening right now? You might ask. I wanted to point this out. Bottom feeder, of course, was scooping this dip up. 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive bottom feeder buys that we got. Bottom feeder's currently calling for price to be 27,870. I was thinking that was going to happen on this kind of slow march up, but after this rejection, I think this is probably actually going to be a failed signal. And of course, we have just had a moving average crossover. So we lost the 8, we lost the 55 exponential moving average, and now the 8 EMA has actually crossed underneath the 55. Which, you can say all you want about it, but historically it's been pretty good at determining the trend and giving more strength and confluence to just the simple baseline crosses themselves. Okay. Turning to crypto bubble so we can see what's really going on. Of course, in the market, we of course have a 50% drop in Hex. Other big gainers for the week are going to be RNDR, and Lido was up 31.8%. Why is Lido up 31.8%? Well, Lido approved withdrawals from the Beacon chain today. Or not today, but this week. So that was very positive. Of course, SNX up quite a bit as well. Why is SNX up? Because withdrawals from the Beacon chain are active and liquid staking derivatives are where it's at. These are the ability to keep your Ethereum staked up or to utilize your staked Ethereum, but still receive a liquid token that you can utilize, like STF, which people were trading for Synthetics, because Synthetics is kind of the glue, or one of the many glues that allow the world of decentralized finance. Pepe up 20.8%. So how did Pepe do overall for the month? Overall for the month, Pepe is up 1,800%. Okay, it cracked the top 100. For the month, but besides Pepe, most things are down for the month, except RNDR, which is up still 15.4% on the month. But month to month, just about everything is down. And that's true of not just the top 100, 200, but also top 300. Top 400, of course, we had AI Doge and DEXT, some other meme coins that popped off. Moving down to the top 500. Monkeys, of course, in the top 600 was up 1,000%, came from nowhere. Another meme coin, Wojak, only up 73.8% this entire month after giving up all its gains. All right. And I gave a strategy to all the premium members, members of the private group, on how to spot and catch altcoin breakouts. I shared a strategy that has worked very well for me over the years. And, yeah, that recording is actually now up and live. So if you are a premium member and you missed that live session, just go to the website, log in, you go to the Trading Academy into the Mentoring Archives course, and you'll be able to access that lesson. So big movers for the week, RNDR and LDO. So, and synthetics as well. So when we're looking kind of where the momentum is, where the volatility is, where opportunities are, they're usually on the big movers and gainers. Okay. That's one strategy. If you're a predominantly centralized exchange trader, this is going to be the strategy that's probably going to work for you the most when you're trying to determine what should I be trading. Well, you want to follow what's moving. Okay. And look for opportunities to follow the leader and play along with the trend, whether you're looking for pullbacks, whether you're looking for breakouts, whether you're looking, whatever kind of trade setup you want to look for. All right. It's absolutely fine. Now, if you are a little bit more crypto savvy and you want to be finding early investment opportunities, then you want to be really playing the kind of fundamental Discord Telegram game, which is a completely different game entirely, right? Looking for opportunities, looking for pre-sales, looking to get in early, having a high failure rate. But when you do hit, it's big, it's huge, it's fantastic. So I do, primarily I'm a centralized exchange trader. However, now over the years, we've built a strong network, especially all the members in the group. We're constantly sharing information, looking at new projects, sharing opportunities. And because of that, we're able to find a lot of early opportunities as well. So it's a good mixture of kind of everything that we've got going on. What else did I discuss this week with the premium members? I discussed the Ethereum Foundation selling significantly. Of course, we saw the Ethereum Foundation send 14,999 Ethereum to Kraken. And last time I checked, you don't send coins to the exchange to buy them. You send them there to sell them. So, you know what I'm saying? And we'll go back to the split screen charting. Although I think I need to just kind of... No, that's the wrong direction I was looking for there. There we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and we can see that the Ethereum, this is from Santiment. Historically, the Ethereum Foundation has had a very good track record of buying market tops. Okay. This purple line indicates the balance in the Ethereum Foundation's wallet. And we can basically see that they sell every significant top. And when they do make a sale, it moves the market. Not all the time. Of course, we have this powerful run up in the beginning of 2021 where they made two very large distributions. The market continued to roar, but of course they did sell at the absolute top. Then they sold at the top again at the second peak in November of 2021 prior to the beginning of the bear market. And we just sold again 14,999. They sold a big chunk on this second wave up. And I made obviously the comparison that if this is the beginning of the next bull run, the 2021 bull run, then this is hopefully very similar to this initial distribution that we saw right here. And yeah, we can see the peak of the market for Ethereum right here on the it was the 5th of May 2023, distributing 14,999 tokens. This also caused a big spike in active deposits, the largest spike that we had seen all year. But unless they're buying Pepe on Kraken, gosh, I hope so. Well, not really. I'm not a holder of Pepe. Missed that one. Does appear as if my Winamp is not working. So I'm going to try and fix that real quickly. Play. There we go. Music should now be working again. Again, as always, let me know if it's too loud or too soft. Okay. What else do we got going on here today? All right, so we can get rid of this stuff here real quick. All right, very simple and clean. And game over, huh? Let's see here on the hourly chart, trade setup wise, what do we got going on? Just kind of looking back, we broke down below the baseline, and Wada Atar Explosion, of course, giving us this beautiful shorting signal down here. Able to catch this whole trend right here on the hourly. We did get an exit signal here. We then got regular bullish divergence. You did it again, Minx, which I always pay attention to. Whenever we get regular bullish divergence on Minx, I'm almost always long. As we can see here, price makes a lower low, Minx makes a higher low, and we have a little bit of accumulation, but then we pop back up. Anytime we're below the baseline and we come back to the vicinity of it, I look to trade in that dominant direction. So again, here's a beautiful opportunity to reestablish a short position. And of course, we had a big, massive sell-off candle. But not only that, Wada Atar Explosion comes through again like an absolute gangster with this rising explosion level and increasing red candles, right? And you could again run this to right here. It does tell you to exit, but then it gets you back into the trade here, so you can catch this. And you're out of the trade on this candle right here. So again, let's see here. Downtrend to catch with Wada Atar, reversal to catch with Minx, reversal within the trend. Again, Wada gets you in for the first half of the trade. Wada get you in for the second half of the trade. You get long on Bitcoin here, but you drop it here, so nothing. And then we get long on Bitcoin here, and we actually maybe even double down here because now we've crossed the baseline. Return to the baseline, we buy. And that's about it. That's about it. Nothing's good here so far. Losing trade, losing trade, losing trade. And that's about it so far, guys. So the hourly's been Ace Hardlight, good to see you, my friend. Do you still use open interest to filter momentum before taking trades? I don't. So I mean, most of my trading is very simple. Most of the time I trade Bitcoin. What I think you're talking about is I would use this tool. Darn, I was using it for quite a long time. Let me think about where it's at for a second. Now you're gonna make me feel silly. Shoot. Anyways, I use this tool. I have it bookmarked somewhere. To identify what altcoins I should be trading based on rapid increases in open interest. So if I see a dramatic increase in open interest, 24-hour change, then that lets me know that there is all of a sudden a lot of interest in that market, and I should look to trade in that market. That points me in the right direction. So very similar. We're also, again, that's one strategy to use. The other method is simple. We're just looking at crypto bubbles. This is what I just discussed. We're looking for something that's already moved. All right. So RNDR has been moving quite a bit. We're going to use that to assume that it's going to continue to move. And so we're going to trade RNDR, which is actually what I'm trading right now. RNDR. Today, anyways, on KuCoin. And I'm actually long right now. So we'll see how that plays out. The other thing that I want to touch on with that is the fact that I do use volatility filters to try to prevent false movements with my automated strategies. All right. So my breaking Bitcoin strategy is mostly automated. I just have to click a few buttons every once in a while. And I use a lot of filters to try to weed out false signals, right? Because we're always following momentum and trying to trade in that direction. But Bitcoin is notorious. Well, all cryptocurrencies all markets are notorious for whipsawing, fake out, gotcha biatch, and all that kind of stuff. So, what do we got here? Bitcoin makes hungry. Yeah, man, you got to be getting in that food in, man. Cryptonomics is that guy. Weekly chart is bearish. I would agree with you. We already discussed that. I mean, RSI went from oversold to overbought and is now just retracing. That happened in combination with 90 to 95% of short-term holders, those who have held Bitcoin for less than 6 months, being in profit. Typically, when that happens, we get a market correction. Short-term MVRV, short-term oscillator MVRV was, of course, in the danger zone. Long-term, not bad. That's in the short term, though. That's in like the 2-week outlook is bearish. The 5-month outlook is very bullish. The 5-month outlook is very bullish, in my opinion, for a variety of reasons. Main reason being we're not seeing any selling from long-term holders. There's no significant activity from the hodler cohort, and they have to take action to make the market significantly move. They're always active at significant market movements. We continue to see a rise in network activity. We're experiencing more addresses faster. The rate of change for new address momentum is rising. We're seeing a continued drop or flatness of liveliness, again, indicating that old term holders are not doing anything. Binary CDD is not overheated. We don't have a overheated MVRV extreme. This is just, I think, a regular psychological resistance level at 30K for Bitcoin, overbought RSI, a lot of short-term holders in profit taking, dip, buy the dip, move on up. What crypto doesn't trade with Bitcoin? Which one? Lots of DeFi coins will not trade with Bitcoin. Most of the bigger centralized, larger market capitalization coins do tend to move in concert with Bitcoin. But you will find outliers, and there's alpha there if you can identify it. And something I just commented on earlier was I've been trading ordinals this week, which is ORDI USDT on KuCoin futures. And even though I can only pull up the Gate.io chart here on TradingView, but let me get rid of that for a second. But ordinals was moving. Look, ordinals is not moving along with Bitcoin. Here, let me use the compare feature to compare ordinals with BTC USD. And well, it does look very similar when we look at it like this. I'm trying to tell you guys, I've been trading this thing for the last 3 days. And when Bitcoin moves up, this thing moves down. And when this thing moves down, Bitcoin moves up. So I understand that I'm not making a very strong and convincing argument right now, but it just had to have been there. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's what's nice about coming from a Forex background, or I guess what's different about coming from a Forex background. I mean, coming from a Forex background, we would see such different movement from different assets. Like GBP JPY would be doing one thing, and Aussie CAD would be doing the other, and then we'd have the Kiwi dollar doing something different. And Bitcoin, it's kind of like, well, like trade the thing with the most momentum, or just trade Bitcoin. I think 99% of people who are trading altcoins would make more money if they just traded Bitcoin. Bitcoin setups are way easier to spot. They're way easier to trade. You can trade anywhere and everywhere you want, and you don't have to worry about getting rugged, right? Bitcoin, you never have to worry about getting rugged. But, as the market matures, and we're already starting to see that, right? Like the people, if you guys think that the markets are heavily correlated now, you guys should have, and I know a lot of you were, but you guys should have been here in like 2017. In the 2017 market rally, and in general, like things were way worse. There's way more variety in cryptocurrency now. What up, Aaron Webb? Welcome back to the channel, my friend. Yeah, Rocket Pool is making a move over the last hour. But yeah, you know, and that's depressing. So just full disclosure, and I've mentioned this before. Last year, I invested or sacrificed $7,000 into Pulse Chain, and Pulse Chain just launched a couple days ago, and not doing so hot. I haven't even looked to claim my tokens or do anything with the chain. So that's something I'll probably experiment with next week. Give everything a little bit of time. You know, I don't know why. I'm having such issues with the music. Yeah, Bybit making everyone KYC now. All the exchanges are changing. Yep. That's why we're looking for we're looking at KuCoin, and we're also looking at Fairplay. Fairplay is another Singapore exchange, but they allow American traders. They even let you KYC as an American. Hex owns 52%. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with FemX. Yeah. At the end of the day, you just kind of gotta choose, I guess. Let's see here. And, you know, again, one of the biggest things is just the ability to KYC as an American, I think is very important to me nowadays. You know, if I want to put my money on an exchange nowadays, things have just gotten more serious. Jushui had a good run on Litecoin long this past week, 83 to 93. Not bad, man. Good for you. Litecoin's been good. Ethereum Classic was crazy, right? Man. Black Beauty Machine says this is the last run for small people to make it in crypto, it seems. I've treated every single cycle like that. Like, this is my last opportunity to make some generational wealth, to make some life-changing money. And that's just my advice. I think everybody should probably treat the current cycle as if it's their last opportunity to make generational money. It may not be, it may be. But if you have that attitude, I think you're far more likely to take the necessary risk. Cryptonomics, like, who you calling small, dude? Who are you I will come through this YouTube comment section right now. Right now. Yeah, I think Bitcoin, I'm a long-term bull on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin will continue to get more and more expensive. And, so, you know, this is why people ask me, like, what's a good time to buy Bitcoin? I'm like, yesterday, today, right now. Doesn't matter. 30K, 60K, 90K. I've drunk the Bitcoin Kool-Aid. Revolution, man. Revolution. I don't know why we're sitting here staring at a chart of Ethereum Classic. We're trading RNDR. So looking at the daily chart of RNDR, obviously we've had nice run, pullback, consolidation, run, pullback. And so what does concern me, what we might see here is a swing failure pattern. And I'd be looking to, if RNDR fails here, then I would be looking to short on the break of $2.64. For now, I'm kind of looking for continuation. I'm being greedy on RNDR. I think we can continue here. But if we do break down, then I'd be looking for this setup right here. And I say probably here. And we want at least 2 to 1. So we'd be looking at something like this. Yeah. For a 30% movement to the downside, kind of back to this consolidation area. Of course, if you are if you take more risk, if you do not wait for some sort of confirmation and you try to short now, assuming that we're going to get a swing failure pattern, well, then your risk profile looks very different. And you could probably do something like this instead, where you could probably do something like this instead. So a much better risk to reward ratio setup. I don't know why, what the heck did I do that for? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, better risk to reward ratio setup, and price doesn't have to drop as much. It could stay right in this kind of upper bound range. It's already dipped down here twice. We know there's demand there. There's liquidity there. There's reason for price to go there. Text code says he sold part of his short on RNDR at $1.68. Oh, you're a beast, dude. I mean, that's basically the monthly bottom. So good for you, man. Good to see you, Mr. T. Yeah. So big wicks to the upside here on RNDR. It is now raining outside, which is very rare where I'm at. It almost never rains here in sunny Colorado. But it's been raining for like the past week. And I'm not going to lie, I like it. Black Beauty Machine recommends the TV show Industry. Says it's good to watch about the stock market and crypto. I've never actually seen that one or even heard of that one. So I'll give it a shot, man. Mr. T says, as long as Bitcoin holds 26.5K, I'm all right in longs. Again, I think we are going to get a bit of a dippy dip here, but long-term bull. Movement down to 23K. Unless we push off support here. Anything can happen. But we do have this head and shoulders pattern forming right here. And that would give us a nice target at, boom, 23.2K is that measured move. We actually broke the neckline, back tested, and are now rejecting from it, which is kind of playing out pretty textbook. But then support, of course, here at 26K. I think if we hold this level, and this is exactly what I was talking about earlier, principal movement here, I think, could be taking the short to 23.2K. You don't want to wait too much longer for confirmation because that could happen very quickly. But if you enter that position and then price breaks above this green box, basically breaks out into the range, then just drop your position and look for that. Either you could get long immediately, looking to take price up to resistance, or maybe this previous resistance right here around 29.5. And then other than that, I mean, just kind of accumulating on this dip down to 23.2K I think is absolutely fine. Heck yeah, guys. Glad we got some shared interest in the industry. Thank you, Text Code. I appreciate that, man. It's been a wild ride, man. I moved. Currently working on getting my new recording studio all finished out. Should actually be done with that hopefully by the end of this weekend. Just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Adjusting to married life. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like this was a liquidity grab back down in the 26s. To be honest, I could be wrong. We see 23, 22K if so. Yeah. We're all in this together, man. Nobody knows. That's not what trading is. People think that trading is cut and dry. Like there's two things I really like to do. It's to trade and it's to play chess. And the way to learn to trade is very different from the way you learn to play chess. The way you learn to play chess is the same way you would learn to program, right? Shut the fuck up, Brett. His name's going to be Brett if you keep it up. Oh, I just forgot what I was talking about. Oh, but yeah, the way you learn chess is the same way you learn coding or any objective skill, right? There's a right and a wrong way to do it. Trading, not so much, right? Ha! Good looking out, Jishui. Yeah, I've actually got High Block Capital right here. I don't think I'm logged in though. They changed things a little bit. But yeah, the liquidation levels are good. The liquidation levels are good. I've seen a lot of people with strategies just derived around the liquidation level. Yeah. So this whole ledger thing, again, the privacy hardcore people are going to be making a big deal out of it. And I, again, as somebody who's a privacy advocate, I'm not sure which side of the fence I fall on. You know, Ledger's done a lot of good things. But the concerning thing about this is that as soon as you upgrade to the new firmware, the possibility exists for your seed phrase to be somewhere else. And despite the fact that, oh, you have to opt in and this and that, basically what they're creating is a backdoor. And that is something that hackers can exploit. And I think, and again, I could be misinformed about that, but okay. Actually, the rain has turned into hail. Yeah, the rain has turned into hail. Grocery bags. Here, I'll hold on. I will close the window. There, sorry about that, guys. When it rains, it pours. Man. Oh, man, I'm stuck. Oh, my God. My chair is stuck on the little mat. Like, what is happening right now? Oh, God. All right, we made it. We're here, people. Everything's fine. Everything's good. This is good. Okay, Mr. T says it's on the secure element, so just as you physically sign to send a Bitcoin transaction, you need to do the same thing to send BTC. So they can't take your seed phrase off unless you give it to them in threes. So yeah, long story short, you're saying it's overhyped. It's not that big of an issue. It's not a security threat. Okay, I see what you're saying. You know, again, maybe it's fine. I'm just old school. I think that, you know, the correct thing to do with your seed phrase is to put some masking tape over it, go bury it in a tin can. That's what we do. That's what we do. But I'm glad that it's not as perhaps as big as a security threat as some people are making it out to be on the crypto Twitter. Oh my God, why won't this just play? What is the deal here? Hold on. Don't understand what's wrong with the shuffle off. And I'm not even sure what song is playing right now. I mean, it feels like it's not playing anything in the playlist. But whatever. Oops. Of course, this couldn't be what I'm trading right now. Of course, this is the SPY. Okay, well, at least mine's moving up too. Good for you, man. Yes. Yes, we use the masking tape. Robinhood's 24-hour stock trading is here. God bless them. Nah, SPY's it's 5:15 on the Eastern Seaboard, which means the SPY is definitely closed for the day. We closed at 419.24. Come on, RNDR. Just looking for a big kahuna pump right here. Just a little 17%. That's all. Nope. No. That's the opposite of what we want. Come on. Let's just keep, come on. Let's just nudge it on up there. Could you guys go market buy? Oh, you guys are market selling. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is the opposite direction in which we want to go. All right, 15 minutes and we're going to call it for today, guys. I'm going to try and come back and be streaming every day. We're growing. We are accepting new members into the premium trading group. We weren't doing that for a minute, but we are. And yeah, we got a lot going on. Today was a good session. Every morning, yeah, Chad is always counter trading me. Every morning, I'm going to be starting off my morning with a hour-long live trading session with the members in the premium trading group. They're going to see exactly what I'm seeing. We're going to get to share information in our mastermind group, talk about what the newest opportunities are in the cryptocurrency markets. Then I will be posting publicly on TradingView and Twitter. I'll be active in the general chat in the Discord as well, posting signals there. And then we'll try to be doing the stream every day. But for now, we'll keep it nice and simple. So 15 minutes, guys. We'll go ahead and ping out here. 14 minutes now. Take this time to answer any questions and also take chart requests. Anything you guys want to look at, any information that you guys are struggling with that I might be able to help you out with, be glad to help. So feel free to just share in the chat. And obviously, this is a great time and opportunity to remind you guys that you guys are the glue that hold the whole community together. If you enjoy the content, make sure to support what we're doing. Smash that like button like it owes you money. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode. And down in the description of this video, there's a lot of resources. You can get started with our completely free guide, The 5 Mistakes Holding You Back from Profitable Trading. It's the first link in the description. Completely free. Go download that. It covers over the last 7 years of teaching individuals how to build trading strategies and trade cryptocurrency markets, the main mistakes that I've seen people make, as well as actionable information to correct that. If you find that content useful, you can get started with our low price guides. And if all of that information is useful to you and helps you along with your trading journey, consider joining the premium trading group where we can really help you out. Do I have a steady time for stream start now? Ideally, I want to be getting it as close to the morning as possible. Right now, since I'm sharing office space, which will not be the case in a couple of weeks, but for right now, I'll probably be doing afternoons. So today I started at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 4 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard. So I'd like to be starting at 1. I had to pick up my daughter today. She only had a half day at school. So I'll try to be on every day for the next couple of weeks, except for weekends. But once I get the new recording studio set up, it will be in the mornings. We'll be doing kind of like a markets in the mornings. And we'll be breaking everything down on a daily basis. Chat, I need you to go market by RNDR. No, don't do that. You guys, I don't need you to pump my bags. Let's see here. I will leave you with a interesting strategy that I found. This is from TradingView, of course. This is from creator Kevin MCK100. He is a developer, And this is a QQE mod plus SSL hybrid plus WADA ATAR explosion. Interesting strategy. These are three of my favorite technical indicators that I've made lots of different strategies with. High hit rates, WADA ATAR explosion probably being one of my favorites. Yeah, so this is pretty much a full strategy right here. And gives you all the information on long, short risk management tips. He has good results running this on the hourly time frame. And here is the strategy backtest on what chart is this? Bitcoin USDT on the 1 hour. I think you could tweak these settings and get better results. But overall, and again, this is all open source. So there's lots of, if you guys are starting your Pine scripting journey, if you're starting your automation journey, if you want to get better at trading, if you want to get better at trading and building trading strategies and code, I think this is a good one to check out. And I will actually drop the link for this in the live chat right there. You guys feel free to check this out. Oh, you guys went out and market bot. Sweet. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, so 10 more minutes. As long as there's no questions, I'm just gonna kind of talk about my personal life and trading and stuff that helps me out. You know, I'll tell you what, guys. There's a lot of, if you want to be, a lot of people want to make it in cryptocurrency for the easy money, okay? But let me tell you something. It's not that easy to make easy money, all right? There is a level of determination and grit that you have to make it into cryptocurrency markets, to make it in any financial market, to make it as a trader, all right? Because if you're just in it for the money, that's not a deep enough motivation. Money is not that inherently motivating. Pain and pleasure is inherently motivating. Joy or sorrow is inherently motivating, right? And nothing's more motivating than pain, in my opinion. But if you want to become a profitable trader because you want to just have a ton of money and you think it's going to be this lavish lifestyle, I've got bad news for you. You're probably not going to make it. You need a bigger motivation than that. If your only motivation is money, you don't really have the fuel, right? The fire within you to push through the hard times, to figure out the trading strategies, to sit there and back test strategies for hours and days. You know, when you could be out having fun, watching TV, relaxing with your girl, doing whatever, right? It's just not going to happen. You need to have that fire inside of you. You need to have the grit, the determination, the drive to push through the boring times, the times when it's not fun, to take the losses, to suck up the stop losses, to feel like you're getting dunked on. Like every time you go long, the market goes short. Like the market makers are just laughing at you. They're not. It's just you and your own shortcomings. But it's tough. And I honestly think that in my own personal life, as my personal health has improved, my trading has improved, or my desire to better myself has improved, right? So I start every day at 5 o'clock in the morning. I do my bodybuilding split. And, you know, so by the time 6:30 rolls around, I mean, it's 6:30 in the morning and I've already worked out, showered, and had time to reflect on my thoughts and what I want to do for the day. Most people are not getting up at 6:30 in the morning. Okay. So there is a lot to be said for the great advice that we've received from masters for decades now, right? You know, personal accountability, better your life, straighten your life around. If you're staying up late, drinking, doing drugs, all of these things, like, have your fun, guys, but it's very difficult to maintain that healthy life, healthy mentality, and for that to kind of flow into everything else that you want to do, not taking care of yourself, not doing things the appropriate way. A little bit more personal here, and now we can zoom in the camera. So personal, just taking care of yourself is, I think, extremely important and undervalued in the cryptocurrency trading space. I know so many traders that don't take good care of themselves, that pound a lot of alcohol, that stay up late, that, you know, make mistakes. And honestly, a lot of mistakes occur when you do these things. All right. I'm not saying don't have fun, but I'm just saying that if you want to make it, that requires dedication and sacrifice. The people who you see on the Twitter timeline, who you see on a lot of the YouTube videos, who make it appear as if they've made it, probably not, right? You know, typically you don't need to convince people to watch your content if you've already made it, right? So be aware of charlatans, be aware of people who seem like they have all the answers, because they usually don't, and they're usually trying to sell you something that you don't need. Lots of people out there trying to sell you stuff that are good for you, right? But yeah, so definitely, you know, I think that's so important to me. Like waking up and getting that exercise in first thing in the morning, that's a real game changer for my personal, just my personal development, my mental well-being. If I don't get a workout in the morning, I feel grouchy, and you know, everybody kind of suffers. Let's see here. Oh, that's a dog. I was wondering. My wife's dog is in the room. He was making a noise. Thank you very much, Jushui. I really appreciate that, man. I just here trying to help out, man. You know, I have had good success with trading. I've been blessed. I've had good success with investing in cryptocurrency, and I'm aware of my own shortcomings. There's a lot of things that I'm not good at with trading, but there's a lot of things that I am good at with. And what I'm really good at is really helping and coach other traders. I find a lot of joy in that. I find a lot of enjoyment in that. This is very therapeutic for me. It's an opportunity for me to just get on here and brain dump, talk about myself, talk about what I want to do. And again, just that's speaking reality into existence, right? The fact that I'm putting it out there makes it more likely that I'm going to actually do it. And, you know, I'll tell you what, like today, for example, I woke up and instead of doing a variety of the other things that I've been doing for the last few weeks, I spoke to my friend Scott. You guys probably remember Scott. He was a big influential creator in Kraken cryptocurrency. And we spoke this morning, and just, you know, we talked for an hour and just talking about all the things I wanted to do and this and that got me excited to get back on here and do the stream. And so now here we are. And sometimes you just need that, a little bit of motivation, that positivity, right? It's, you know, it's kind of like when you see a market that's moving down, you kind of expect it to moving down, and your own personal mental health can be like that, where it is difficult to get out of a spiral until you hit rock bottom. So don't hit rock bottom, you guys. Keep it healthy, keep it clean, and understand that you guys are in control of all your actions. You are responsible for everything that happens to you. It is all up to you. Nobody's going to do anything for you. Nobody that cares about you, at least. Let's see here. Final thoughts before we close today's stream out. Let's see here. We will be doing the Memorial Day sale for memberships to the Premium Trading Group, both basic, plus, and professional subscriptions we will be doing. I will release the details on that sale soon. Let's see here. We will be launching new courses on our Online Trading Academy platform. So obviously over the last several years, we've gotten a fantastic response from our Pathways to Profit course, which is designed to teach people how to build their own objective strategy based purely on technical indicators from the ground up with zero to no experience. That's been wildly successful and helped lots of people out. So we will be launching some new courses. Yes to Crypto says, any entity capable of giving you everything you want is also capable of taking away everything you have, or some such. Yes. I would agree with that. If you if you invest your autonomy to another entity, then you're at their behest, right? If you invest yourself with all of your autonomy, well, nobody can take your autonomy. Is that a Bybit boxing glove in the back? Yes, yes it is. And if I turn my head, you will see the other one. And next to those are, well, it's an air purifier. Air purifier. And then we've got two little D-Lives guys that actually, I think his name's Steven, the CEO of D-Live. He gave to me at San Francisco Blockchain Week. And then that's a little bull that Scott got me. It's stone. It's pure stone. It's a bull, a raging bull, like the stock market bull. All right, guys. That's about all I've got for today. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. As always, you guys are the fuel that keep this community going. Make sure to support the community by subscribing and smashing the like button and sharing this content on your social media profiles. It does help us out tremendously. You have no idea how much you help us grow when you just engage a little bit. In the comments section down below, let me know, what is your prediction for price over the next 2 weeks? Are we going to bottom up out of this support test and break above the $30,000 level of resistance? Or are we bound to trace back down towards the daily baseline at 23,000, maybe even lower to 20,000 psychological level? Let me know in the comment section. And then in addition to that, are you going to be taking a trade in line with that? Your analysis doesn't have to be in line with your strategy, but your trading should always be in line with your strategy. Your trading should never go against your strategy. All right. Trading should never go against your strategy. So let me know down in the comment section down below. We'll be starting up. It'll take me a while to kind of get the system back up again, but we'll start doing kind of the giveaways for YouTube commenters and little special prizes. And so stay tuned for all of that kind of stuff, guys. But I will be back tomorrow. Should be back at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time tomorrow. So that's going to be 3 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard. So we'll be starting an hour earlier than we did today. I will post on YouTube and of course on my Twitter if anything changes. And if you're not following me on Twitter, make sure to go follow me there. I post threads there just about every day. So we will see you tomorrow. Same crypto place, same crypto network. Remember, emotional maturity, personal responsibility, and risk management are what pay the bills at my house. And they are the skills that can lead you to your own path of self-empowerment. So until next time, guys, trade safely and be good to one another. Cheers.